map, and it's been, I mean, a relatively grueling series in terms of like trying to stay focused and trying to fight with what you can. Both these teams have had, you know, some issues with economy at various times. FURIA just spent an entire map where it felt like, you know, one player was doing all, not even felt like, one player was doing all the heavy lifting for about 25 of the 28 rounds or so.
Which was impressive. It was like, you know, watching somebody try to sort of bench his entire team. But, but not, we find out, it's a recipe for success, not at all. So that's a shame. I think if they could have won based on Art's performance, that would be amazing.
That would have been wild times. That would have been very, very impressive. And that's the tough part. Not only, I mean, Art, it's so much to ask for him to complete that map after the performance that he put in to get them to the end, to the finish line. But also it was just head scratching seeing it took so long for the other players to kind of get switched on Mirage. So that map could have ended very quickly. And if that happens on Overpass, they're in for some trouble. You cannot have that happen on a third map.
No, definitely not.
Remember, loser goes home.
Loser goes home. It's also not what we're used to seeing out of FURIA. Like, one of the things that makes this team fun but also dangerous is the fact that they have so many players that are able to do what Art just did. So
Serato, Yuri, I mean Henny, we've seen him go absolutely mental. So yeah, there's a lot of talent on this team that just wasn't apparent on Mirage. And listen, maybe it was an isolated bad map. Maybe they bounce back and it's an issue and we don't see that ever again. But certainly this is where hopefully someone give him a hype speech. Maybe call Fallen over from one of the other from the hotel. Yeah,
get the grandfather of Brazilian Counter-Strike in. That would be good. Grandfather, godfather? I don't know. Regardless, yeah, something's got to change here for them, obviously. Otherwise, they could get knocked right out of the tournament. On the other stream, on the A stream, if you want to go check it out, EG are actually playing Heroic, and they're leading right now. Themselves playing on Overpass.
6-2. That second map, but they also had like a 7-0 and a 7-1 lead on the first map, which they ended up losing in double OT. So close series over there, and you have to say Heroic continuing to impress. That's really, really cool to watch.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So you appreciate that, Katie, and getting some great shouts in on that first map. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of F-bombs being dropped.
There'll be a whole compilation, I'm sure. I haven't checked them out yet, but someone find me those clips. So all silence before the storm, I think. I don't know who's going to be winning this one based on the map either. I mean, I think that's one of the things that I'm just not really sure about.
It's one of those hard things to read. I mean, we mentioned it at the start. I mean, even FURIA to some degree, but more so than AVANGAR. We don't see these guys at a whole lot of events. We see FURIA more frequently, but still not often enough to have some consistent idea of how deep their map pool can go. AVANGAR has been a revelation for what, 2 months now since the major was the first time that people were really just like, oh God, they've got some skills, they've got some players on this team, but that seemed to be them punching far above their weight rather than something that can be repeated successfully from event to event.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, it definitely seemed like that at the time, and I guess we'll find out here if it is something that they can continue on. Like, 9th round win for AVANGAR. I don't know, assume they start on the CT side, but we'll find out. So if you're just joining us, a big welcome to the stream here. See the odds down there from our sponsor still kind of favoring AVANGAR a little bit. So that's I guess fair enough.
Yeah, I mentioned that. I think most of that is going to be, is that the social voting?
I think it is, yeah.
50-50.
The audience over on Strafe just split down the middle. People don't know what they want.
No one knows what they want. You've got to give it to them. You got to tell them what they want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's what the coaches are for on these teams. Victory is what we're looking for. Some kind of victory.
And these are the loser bracket semifinal, I believe is the terminology, the label that we're going with.
Yeah, that's and that makes it clear enough, I think. We can work with that.
Pistol round going live here on the third map. All 5 players with armor for the AVANGAR side and 2 players of utility for FURIA. And again, a 4-1 setup for the defense. Dren's going to spot things out. Doesn't make too much damage. Returns a tad bit as well. But no one budging from that B bomb site for AVANGAR. So Dren's going to have to be pretty proactive in trying to get an early spot to make sure people can rotate back in time. And actually already Kickert's on his way back. And so is Sanji, as that short sewer towards the B bomb site is being cleared out.
That's a good dink. They have 2 smokes on a Molotov here. They've already been found out, so now it's just time to put some pace behind this and go for it before more people show up. Oh, that Molotov. They almost run into it. There's Vinny with a big double opening, taking down Kickert and Jame. And that is a very powerful start here. They knew what was coming, but they just weren't able to get into position. And I think the fact that Vinny even dinks the first guy into the bomb site, that's so hard to deal with. Catching the rotation as well as Quesarado, and that will be the round for Furia, and a flawless one.
Yeah, good win. That Molotov doesn't even do the damage, but it makes sure that nobody from AVANGAR can get into any kind of cover. It forces them right into the open, right for the players who are attacking from long and swinging wide to peer into the bomb site. This was beautiful from Vinny. Even finding that a little bit of a fortunate headshot as that second player disappears into the smoke, but we'll take those all day long. Pistol to Furia. And AVANGAR not going to invest in this round. They're keeping things conservative. Sanji has the Deagle, HE grenade on Kickert, and that's it. But a 5-man stack at the B bomb site.
It shouldn't be doing that much. It's a beautiful grenade. Now you wish they had more than just the one. Still losing all across the board. In spite of everything. Art good went down at least, but ooh, that's a beautiful shot from Adren. They get some damage though. I think given the investment, maybe that's fine.
Yeah, 2 kills. Yeah, that's exactly. Given the investment, that's all good. The rifles were able to get salvaged though, so that's a bit unfortunate. They weren't able to take any of those weapons and force the rebuys. But themselves, because of the conservative second round, are going to be able to put rifles out into the field of play immediately.
Right off the bat. It's Jame with the AWP, no armor. And somewhat limited in grenades, no defuse kit either. So quite a few things I would say to be a slight bit concerned about. Jame very aggressive to try and take the early fight, and I don't really mind that. Now he's falling further back, and he might not have fallen back far enough. He actually just might be in a lot of trouble here. There's no backup anywhere nearby. He's all on his own. If they take that time, they're going to flash him in. He is so dead.
He even turned. He heard the flash coming, but there's nothing you could do. You're exactly right. Overextended. There's no one within miles of him. And he had the time and he had the relative safety to fall all the way back, but wanted the challenge. And Art's going to lead the way. Had that first kill, and he was the stud on Mirage. Here, he can only get the one. And previous map, he got 2 like clockwork pretty much every single round. It took so many players to eliminate him. And AVANGAR at least containing him in the early stages.
That's a nice fight to be winning if you're Vinny. Oh, did he spot that out? I'm not sure he did. That's an easy kill on Sanji if you know where he is. Maybe he could even just throw a grenade. Buster with a flank, tapping away. That's a very smooth kill. Return swiftly. Adren, that's a very, very nasty angle to be holding.
You can fall back. If you're Furia, you can... Oh no, the bomb's at long. Excuse me. That is terrifying. That kill from the flank is so brutal. Adren all on his own and isolated.
They need grenades or something to get rid of him right here. He's got such a good position to hold. 27 seconds. Somehow Quesarado wins the fight, and he was ready for the return. 20 seconds here. Quesarado on 7 health against Buster on 100. We're going to need some AK accuracy here. He just needs to tap him away if he can. And there it is! Quesarado taking down Buster. That's a victory and a half.
What a wild peak, and what an insane 1 versus 2 to win. And that is going to make you feel very good. That little glance around, a little shifty, nervous, oh God.
That was like the Doja paranoia kicking in.
All we needed was the laugh.
Oh man, I can't believe he gets this last one. Remember, any bullet connecting on him and he's gone. Yeah, hands in the air. 3 HEs this time. Oh, they could get something out of this.
Yeah, chance to put him to good use.
People are showing up. Same kind of scenario. Last time they threw them right around here. There's one. Bang. It's the same damage. It's just a repeat of the previous round.
Exactly. The other 2 go in that direction as well, where they thrown elsewhere. I'm not sure why that nade stack. It felt like if they threw them all at the same spot, it should have gotten a kill, but Art is only going to get the 1, so he's cooled off a little bit, and these dinks are brutal. I think Furia might want to start... Okay, that's something else. I was going to say, Furia might want to start, backing away and trying to find a new avenue into the site. Vinny even missing a chance to punish 1 more player. Bomb is way, way far back. And this is what gets dicey. An AK's been recovered by Kickert. He's got armor, but Quesarado's rotating over to A, and he's going to find it empty, but he has to hold on to it for so long because he's the only player who's actually come in this direction.
Yeah, it's good for him that Sanji wasn't sort of mentally ready for the fact that someone could be on the bomb site already. So otherwise, maybe that could have been even more tricky. The Molotov buying a bit of space as well. Yeah, still a dangerous round, and you know, this was very nearly just falling apart for FURIA. Now the bomb goes down, and obviously that does change things a lot. Now Kickert has a smoke, but a 10-second defuse even inside of a smoke, that doesn't happen a lot. And Quesarado's got the perfect angle for this. Nearly getting the kill already. He's ready with a pistol behind him as well. He's playing a heads-up game right now. Maybe he's taking over where Art left off on the other map. He's sniping away, and that's his 8th kill with no deaths so far.
Well, we just mentioned that's one of the big strengths about this team that makes people excited about them is there are multiple players who can go off in that fashion. We just saw Art do it. We've seen Quesarado do it in the past. We've seen Henny do it in the past. So you have the players to kind of trade who's going to be your star per map. 4-0 for FURIA. A blistering start here on Overpass.
Yeah, truly is. I don't know if you heard him or if what was going on there, but regardless, a very, very annoying kill for the AVANGAR side to be having early on there. Because they had them boxed in, right? Like, that kill was what allowed them to run back up and clear out the rest of the round. Double up now, though.
Yeah, but 5 Kriegs on the other side of the map. So get wrecked.
You've got all the entry potential in the world that you could possibly want. That first bullet accuracy. Kickard gonna run straight down and just hoping to catch somebody. Not gonna be able to. That's a smoke to stop at boost on the other side. I don't think I've seen that very often.
Are we sure that's the intention, or did they just mess up a smoke?
It looked very calculated. That's an amazing mess up if it is.
Well, it's not stopping anything.
Yeah, maybe it isn't. It just looked like it was going to be covering the doorway in case someone was looking for it.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Maybe they did mess it up.
We'll have a conversation afterwards.
Where were they throwing it in that case? Like, that's what I was
Maybe towards the short sewer entrance?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Stuck on the ceiling? Regardless, it failed in a big way. It didn't accomplish a whole lot, but they don't get punished by it either. 1 smoke, 2 flashes left with just under a minute remaining for the AVANGAR defense. Plenty of utility for FURIA, but this is a dangerous game for Art. A real dangerous game.
Oh, Kickard. They're right in front. They're bumping into each other, and Kickard is going to somehow... I mean, I don't know. That's a coin flip, isn't it? Art goes down. Buster. That should have probably been a kill, and it isn't. And he gets confirmation of a second position there. Adren guarding the monster tunnel, and successfully so, taking down Henny. And now running through the Molotov, forced into that fight is Quesarado, and this is now falling apart here. 24 seconds, and I think just give it up.
Yeah, back away, save the Kriegs. Your teammates can buy in the next round, so you'll have another solid full-blown purchase. And for AVANGAR, that's a beautiful way to get started on your winning ways. 4 players survive. You came into this with a little bit of a dicey utility situation at one point, but you can rebuy all of that as well. And even Kickert, because he has that saved AK-47, he can drop the gun over to Buster. So money is pretty solid for AVANGAR. All 5 players are going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah, no troubles at all in that region. 6th round now going to be coming into it. And yeah, that was, you know, good response for AVANGAR. Good to see them have an answer a little bit early on so that they don't just get completely rolled right off the bat on their defensive side. Because this is where you're supposed to be doing a lot of your work on Overpass. Can get a little bit more tricky if you run out of money, as I guess AVANGAR have. Maybe that's part of the excuse here. Oh, smoke is up, but they don't care, and they do line up for Adren. A beautiful double, and he can just back on out of there. That's very well done. He threw the same flashbang last time, and nobody really showed up for it. This time they did. Art will at least get a kill in return, and can they actually make it onto the site this time?
I don't know. It's going to be so difficult. They just used a smoke to extinguish that Molotov. Actually, it was extinguished by an AVANGAR smoke, but they put one down anyways. So they don't have one to get into the bomb site. They're running out of utility. They're going to have to, this boost better deliver. The spam through almost does it. Sanji down to 12 HP. And FURIA's going to have to get creative on how to turn this round in their favor.
Adren backing away from the Molotov, but still holding this position very well. A minute left. So how long do they want to stick around for this? They don't have any more grenades on FURIA. It's so hard to get past this point. They need to smoke the high ground. They need to do something to get rid of this, and Adren, that's very hard to do, but he was low on health already, and they tag up Jame a lot, turning around. Quesarado, he's playing a game here, just shoulder peeking him at the moment. He doesn't even want to go for the fight. There it is, taking down Kickert, but he was so in control of that fight. And now James, 1 versus 3. What do you even do?
I'm amazed he looks like he's going to go for it. There's the first kill. He just wanted one frag to make sure they couldn't hunt him down.
Take the shot for the wall just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it. Just to make Anders happy.
It's just because he was being wallbanged from that side. Like, it would be amazing, wouldn't it?
He's not going for this, is he? I guess there's still technically time with a kit.
Yeah, but
he's just trying to, I guess he's assuming someone's going to chase after him and just making sure he might be able to catch him off guard. That is a hard-fought round for Furia to win. Remember, they were stopped cold. Adren got the opening 2 kills. That was a 3 versus 5 the whole way. They got naded over towards Monster Tunnel. They were bottlenecked in that choke point. What a tough round to get out of.
Yeah, well and truly. I don't know if you're AVANGAR, if there's something to take away from that. I mean, if you...
Well, I would assume that the takeaway is, you know, why peeking and taking fights before they're in the bomb site? You know, when it's a 3-on-5, you can let them get a little bit closer. You don't have to take those fights, because once they get closer, that's when you can start setting up crossfires. That's when you can set up double peeking. It's much harder when they're that far back and you're having to kind of peek into them. Yeah,
that probably is the big lesson to be learned in that scenario. Well, the ult was saved on James, and he's quite aggressive with it early on. Like last time, he doesn't really want to stick around. Rather fall back and try and play it a bit safer. Not so safe here as Buster. He's got no backup. Sometimes when you're having this position, there's going to be someone else at the L bend next to you, covering the connector door. But he's alone, which is making me nervous. Nice find. James able to pick that up. Vinny right around the corner as well. There's Quesarado going down, in fact, and well, now things aren't looking so good anymore. That was Buster finding that kill. Yeah, I think he saw that, Vinny, but still, you want to be real careful about this. James not really feeling the pressure just yet, in spite of the fact that they're right in front of him, and that Molotov did so much damage.
That smoke was so timely to force them away. They were about to jump around that corner and just straight up go for it. Again, another 3 versus 5 that it looks and feels like Furia doesn't have a chance of winning this round. What can Henny provide? He might be able to, if he can get 1 or 2 kills, he might be able to open up the option for Furia to fall back. No. There's the first. The flashbang doesn't work. It goes off the wrong angle. It doesn't blind Henny whatsoever. So 30 seconds, and still Furia can recover this. At the moment, just 1 player, Adren, in the B bomb site.
It just hit that little ornament or whatever it is on top of the wall. That's very unfortunate, because that even give away the fact that someone was going to peek there. It's still a very, very bad round here for Furia. 10 seconds left, 3 versus 4. They're running onto the side, and James will absolutely take him out. Even looking for a second shot. It looked very likely, and they can't win the round now. They might as well fall back. There's just no time for it. So, Henny, and actually Vinny doing a credible job at trying to save what he can here, but they're still going to go down. And the last one after the clock had run out. So that's a problem.
Costly round for AVANGAR, but I'm just not sure. Yeah, with that player going down and not getting the bonus money after the clock, Furia might not have the money to buy, because I think that player had $0 at the end of the day. And 300 Vinny after getting the kill. They are going to invest. They have 1 Galil, they have the P250 on Vinny, and they have 2 CZs and a MAC 10. This is one of those stranger buys that you'll see in professional Counter-Strike.
It is. Guess they're feeling very confident. They know that AVANGAR money is low.
Well, they know as well that even if they save this round, they're probably going to have to save in the next to have a strong investment. So also, why not keep the money low?
Yeah, I mean, if they get like 3 kills in this round, or if they get 2 kills on a bomb plant or something, and then it's starting to feel a bit more doable. Like maybe they accomplish something. They're going to be very, very quick. I kind of like this idea. This is cool. Now they're just going to be running on Sanji on the one side. The flashbangs are looking good. They almost hunt down that long player in James, and they will eventually. Those are the 2 kills. Now the bomb plant's got to be following right away. And if they can just get 1 more in there, maybe they could even win the round. Quesarado crouching in with the CSAT 75. They've picked up the AWP on the Furia side, and this is looking very good. The bomb is planted in their favor, and Art out here going to be setting up a smoke just to be a bit more annoying. Now, Buster has a smoke, so they could smoke. They could just smoke it off. They have another one even. They could make this very hard to stop any kind of a defuse if they can create a bit of space. Quesarado down here, fight against Buster, and he'll take him out. And Adren not even close to defusing, and he won't get close either. That's a massive victory for Furia. He comes back in for a little bit of a fight, and he does some damage, but Surely there's no time. He's going to have to make a run for it, and not even sure he can accomplish that. They've got him hunted down. What a victory. Quesarado again, a triple in this round for him.
It's not even all 3 kills. It's that first one he gets towards long. That's the player that you needed to find, because that guy was trying to find some safety by pushing up towards bathrooms and get away from the action. But really, the real pain of this round is one missed op shot and the SMG inside the site, not able to get the kills quick enough, and that's what allows FURIA to swarm around the boxes and just take over.
Yeah, it's because he gets so flashed with that SMG, right?
Yeah.
Because normally he would be the one actually guarding Jame so that, you know, that mid push doesn't happen. But he's instead sort of running to Jame for protection because he just flashed. And now they're suddenly both at long, bumping into each other. And
even if he gets the kill, it's like you've taken so long to do it that the guy wrapping around the bomb site is you're just free.
Yeah. Well, that's bad news for AVANGAR.
That's really bad news for AVANGAR. That does not feel good whatsoever. If you're one of those guys, 6-2, and the defense has to go back to pistols. 2 deagles, 3 P250s, an HE grenade. Now, I will say they have had a couple rounds where they've had these HE grenades that have done good damage, but they haven't been able to complete like the whole nade stack. And even this time, they're not even going for it.
No, they're not. I think it's Sanji every time. It's the same grenade that he's throwing, I think, more or less. And it has been great. But then you still need to win the rounds behind it. And this time he's saving it a little bit longer.
Waiting for some presence. Oh, there's the flashbang. He might even get a chance to use the nade as the flashbang and the hit comes in. And he did actually throw it, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And this is all FURIA coming into this bomb site. This is the least issues they've had with a round like this. Buster is going to be a free kill. And it's all up to Jame. It's got a smoke, though. Smoke him if you got him.
Yeah, why not? At this point, put it down, hide inside of it, and hope they just leave you alone. Oh.
I like that. Yeah.
Send a message.
That's what it's all about.
7-2 now. It's not out of control yet. It's getting into that area now.
Right. I think one more win from FURIA and it'll be out of control. And again, very light on the nades in terms of AVANGAR. Buster has nothing. Sanji just has the Molotov. Adren and Kickert with smoke and 2 nade. There's no kits.
Chance at least for a leg shot, I think. Now he's back down the stairs. And again, there's no backup here for James. So you could create a beautiful highlight getting 3 kills like that. Or you could get the 1 and then get traded. And that's what will happen. And that's not worth it.
He almost had that second shot, at least, though. He was like maybe a quarter of a second away from pulling that trigger for a second time. And we would have seen where that bullet went. Buster looking for something in those stairs. You still have Kickert pushed up all the way at long A. He can go for a timing flank. And he's going to take the peek all on his own, and he's found it right to the face. A bit of overkill, and that's going to cause FURIA to pick up the speed, pick up the aggression towards the A bomb site. I think it looks like Buster wanted to initially get in front of that smoke, but the flashbangs forced him away, and I think it's going to force them all to save.
Almost just doesn't cut it, does it? It's not good enough. Down in that connector. Could have been 2 kills, but...
Could have been. Only counts in horseshoes.
Yeah. So the only takeaway from this round is that at least they get to save the guns of the 3 of them that are left. That's definitely something.
We've seen that have an impact. I mean, this was something that was going on Inferno quite frequently. This is something that was going on in Mirage quite frequently. I mean, these such convincing takes of the bomb site that you kind of have to save these weapons because there's just no point. But it had allowed them, in the next rounds, even if you don't have money, just pick up. Maybe these guys can drop an SMG over. Maybe they drop a pistol. There can still be some dangerous elements. Even a FAMAS and M4s are affordable for these guys. So someone like Buster, who's got 3,400 and already has his AWP, just buy a smoke and drop an M4 over. But it's certainly stressful times for AVANGAR.
Yes, it is. Quesarado leading the charge. Not in quite the same absurd fashion as Art was putting on, which I would consider probably a good thing. It's good that he's got some backup in some of his teammates that are at least trying to get close to him.
Oh Jesus, that ADR is nasty.
Yeah, that's harder, but he's also played fewer rounds, right? It's harder to maintain that, I guess. Over
True.
the course. Still, yeah, it's super impressive at the moment. By the way, it looks like the other game is going to go to a third map, if I'm not wrong. It's the 13-6 at the moment in favor of EG, for anyone keeping an eye on that. So, third one will be Nuke. That might be bad news for EG.
I don't know. EG has a pretty solid nuke as well. I think that'll be a really cool third map to tune into.
It will be a cool third map, but I know Heroic were looking a lot of like fun on that map. I guess we shall find out.
Here we go. 8-2. AVANGAR needs something right now. They need, in art, they need a K-Serato performance from one of their players because someone's got to reignite this defense. Kickert all the way back in the A bomb site already. Jame with the AWP is going to rotate back just now.
Art on a solo mission. Well, not quite solo, but he's walking this whole way. Normally, you have to spend a lot of time to get this. Usually, people throw grenades and smokes to block off anything, and they're going to be right there. I think if you're Jame, you could accidentally walk into this. It's even heads-up play that he just actually checks that, because he could have walked right into death. Now, they're going to be on the bomb side, chasing him back. Kick it out long and spraying for a while, taking down Art. Now he's going to go for the fight against Yuri. If he could have had that, he would have been an absolute hero. But he does go down, and they're going to smoke him off. And they have another smoke even behind this, so they can buy a lot of time. The bomb is planted here. There is a kit on Jame, but you're going to feel so weird trying to go for this retake.
You're going to feel so weird saving as well.
Yeah.
Already at an 8-2 scoreline. This is a lose-lose situation, it feels, for AVANGAR.
But there's that smoke going up. They throw that smoke all the way out from the restrooms. So what? That's like 17 seconds where, what do? You can't just wait for that long. That's not going to be a functional strategy. Here we go. Flashing their way through the smoke, and they at least get the kill there. K-Serato, though, continuing his 15th kill on Sanji here. And Henny will get a kill. He misses the follow-up shot, but almost too much time has already passed. They're inside of it. Defusing with the kit as well. Nobody's stopping him. Jame, oh! He simply runs out of time. He would have had that. They couldn't find him, and then...
I think so as well. I think he would have had that if there was a little bit more time on the clock. But again, that's the issue of that smoke, is they waited so long to set up that flashbang to go through it. Maybe it was the conversation of if they wanted to save or not, but regardless, what a solid win from FURIA. And now they're just piling it on. You said it wasn't quite out of control yet. I think it's there. I think it's gotten there.
Yeah. Cue the Hoobastank track and get that playing in the background. Or we're breaking some copyrights probably, but
They have the double op setup.
yeah, they do have that, but look at the grenades. It's again a huge issue.
Did all 5 of them die in that run?
Yes. They all blew up to the bomb at the end.
All right.
9-2. And FURIA just marching on this T side of Overpass, looking to knock AVANGAR out. Again, think of where they ended up at the major. That's a very good performance from them. So you want them to do better maybe in this tournament.
They're getting away with a couple here, although K-Serato's going to put an end to that. But the first 2 kills is no ability for FURIA to trade or respond. And some shuffling on the defense, feeling very nervous. They've struggled to hold on to both bomb sites. So trying to rotate players into positions where they can have the massive amounts of body. That smoke would let Jame escape. Although I think there's a big gap in it. I haven't gotten a good glimpse, but I'm pretty sure there's a gap on the other side. There's the flashbang over. Jame completely blind. Oh, a double kill. K-Serato, he's got 3 in the round so far. 1 more off to take care of, and he never had any idea. Molotov comes in late, but it does its job. And Henny, he misses one as well. It's all on Yuri.
That is so wild. There's a flank coming in against Yuri. It's going to take a couple of more seconds. There's only 24 seconds, by the way, left in the round. So what do you do if you're Yuri here? He realizes maybe that could be happening. If he could find a Dren, he's not going to have much time to go back and check either. 14 seconds now on the clock, and he has to run, and I think that's what does him in the end. A round for AVANGAR. In spite of everything, I really, really thought that after that double for K-Serato, that was going to be the round.
I thought that was the one as well. The Molotov just came in a little late. If that Molotov is earlier, it forces the op out into the open. But what a nice performance to at least bring it this close. That pop flash was absolutely perfect from Henny. There's some of that teamwork that we didn't see on Mirage. There's some of those pop flashes to enable their star players to perform admirably. And a timeout called, and again, Henny, super vocal.
Yeah, he's really got a lot of opinions
I don't know why that surprised me so much. Is he like that in previous Brazilian lineups? I don't recall that it being that way.
I want to say, yeah, he probably always has been like
I know he's been like the hype guy.
Yeah, he's been the hype guy. Maybe it's just carried on over. I don't know. I like it anyway. It's always good when people want to share some ideas about what could happen in the game. It's better than just saying nothing and you know, not contributing in that sense. I am I don't know. I'm excited. What is this? You can't see. Jason showing me his phone. It's Katie and yelling.
Katie and yelling, just a gif.
I'm gonna go back and look at all those gifs.
Shame. Gets aggressive and falls away.
Nobody has any money in this, like on either team. In spite of the lead here, it's very sketchy.
And they still keep managing to have these incredible buys. That's why I was questioning the ability for them to have a double op after everyone blew up from the bomb. I was so confused. But still, they're scraping it all together. They're finding something, all the quarters and the couches. Ooh, Buster, he spots one, and no one even looked. No one even considered that angle a possibility. It's a pretty popular angle as well. Opening kill goes to AVANGAR, but Vinny's going to follow things up. And Buster now with the op, so much to do. Vinny again with the MAC-10. He does eventually go down. And Sanji and James, they both get here in time. Buster did just enough. AVANGAR looking like they're about to get the fourth, but K Serrano might have something to say about it. And Sanji is very low.
I have no idea how Buster lived through most of that. This looks so ridiculous. They were on top of him with the SMGs. He should have been dead, it seemed like. Making it around the corner, going for that fight, and he'll win it as well. But he doesn't realize James is right up there to take him down. He just had no idea. I mean, that's the lack of intel at the end, and it's really nobody's fault. That is 9-4, and AVANGAR barely winning it.
It's a really good reposition from James in that situation. And now it's going to be another question for the economy. I guess we'll find out is what can FURIA put together, if anything? And even if they can get pistol armor, are they going to go for it? They won one of those rounds earlier, and that might influence the decision. Well, yeah, if you can get a Krieg, you might as well buy.
Okay, cool. We had the 1 AK workout for FURIA on the last map. Maybe this one will do it.
That's a good point. Put it in Vinny's hands.
Oh, it's gone.
That sucks.
It's gone.
And Kickert's about to have a field day. There we go. AVANGAR, they're stabilizing. It's a little bit late, but they are doing it down the stretch.
It feels very late.
This is 3 in a row now for them.
Art here does not have the armor. That was really only Vinny. Trying to make it quiet coming down off this ledge, which is usually a good idea. Maybe if you could catch James and then steal the AWP away, that would be annoying. They actually don't have the money to rebuy it, so if you could make sure they never get this back. In fact, if you could run to the edge of the map and just throw it over, that would be cool. Nice attempt at a wall bang, but they're going to get the AWP back. And then we're going to go into the 15th round.
Round number 15. How much can FURIA extend this lead? Can they add one more on top of it?
Every little bit matters, right?
Yeah, and especially in that third map. And obviously, you want as much of a cushion. I mean, if these two maps have been any indication, neither of these teams is going to go out, like, is going to whimper out of this in the second half, right? It's going to be a battle the whole way down.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty cool comebacks on all the maps so far, where even when it looks like a team is sort of about to make their escape and win the map, it usually isn't that easy.
That's a pretty fast pace for FURIA to take control of Fountain and even the front of Sewer and top of stairs. With this Krieg all on his own. That looks like there's an or someone trying to exploit a gap in the smoke. It's not there, but Kickert playing behind it, looking for information. Remember, previously these two ran into each other inside of the smoke.
Yeah, they did. FURIA now over at long as well, setting up something. Art challenging that. At least he'll reveal that Kickert is there, and even that actually is that's quite good play. James dropped low. Not sure, but taking a fight over at long, and he's going to keep pushing. This seems absolutely crazy. Even a random shot through the smoke, and he'd be in trouble. They're pushing their way out on the other side. Art's also lost his mind ever so slightly. Yuri gets the opening kill, but it's quickly returned, and now they bring the bomb back to the B-bomb site, where I think Adren is holding with really no grenades or anything, so he could also be in need of some backup. Leg shot on K Serrano with the MAC-10 in hand, so it's maybe minimal impact here. Adren making himself known. 30 seconds on the clock, and now FURIA, one last chance here in the first half to get into the round on the board. That smoke, if he can get it up in time, it's a little bit deep. He still picks up the kill, and this is a round for Yuri. 3 kills on him, and 10-5 in favor of FURIA.
That is not bad from FURIA, and even withstanding that late flurry, I should say, from AVANGAR. So 10-5 lead in this third map. They're going to be pleased with that one. We're heading to a break, and the series concludes when we return.
Let's go. We're back in the game. It's the second half, third map, the final one, in fact, here between FURIA and AVANGAR. Someone's going home. Nobody wants to, but you know, it's just the hard truth, harsh reality.
No, but on the other hand, we are at a beach resort, so
yeah, that's true. If you get knocked out, you go lay by
go to the beach.
It is
if you're going to get
actually-
knocked out early at any event.
Yeah, this is it. This
Although
is
on the other
one.
hand, the prize pool is absolutely massive here, so maybe I should take that back.
Yeah, that's a good. That's also, you can cry on the beach, which is better than.
You just can't cry and wipe your tears with dollar bills.
No, that's a fair point, but I'm sure there'll be something to do down there.
20 kills on K-Serrano, 10 on Yuri. And AVANGAR have a long way to come back on this T side. We'll see if they can manage it. 3 players in the underpass. 1 player just looking for B pushes, and 1 player is looking for push out towards long. So a little bit spread across the map, the main power being these 3 grouped up in underpass. Both of these teams, they're CT Pistrons. They've been enjoying in this series playing 4-1s.
Yeah, just leaving a guy alone out there on long, it kind of makes sense. Who was it, do you remember, that was playing K-Serrano's position here by the barrels? Who was it that had that play where they just stood up with USPs, like, you know, just like they were...
Oh, God.
They were just like standing up and
It was
shooting
a
so
German
quick.
player, wasn't it? Tizian?
Yeah, I think it was Tizian. Your memory is much better than mine.
I don't know how. I usually don't remember anything.
Yeah.
Vinny, ooh, the Molotov hurts though. Oh, the immediate smoke. That's not bad, but Vinny has to go show himself. He
Yeah,
has
but
to
this
make sure he either gets kills or goes down and dies.
Yeah, this is just all a trick. They're trying to sell the idea that Vinny is the only guy in the corner. Oh my God, this is brilliant. He's doing a fantastic job at selling. It doesn't even matter. He doesn't need to sell anything. That is fantastic.
He's even shaking his head like, I don't know how I'm alive either. K-Serrano was like, bro, I want to get involved in the action. Die already.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit excited for him to go down. He's like, come on now, any second. I'm right here.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's fine.
Tag me in. Like, you know, I'm just, you're losing the fight. Just tag me into the fight. Never.
Stop trying to reload. Just go die. Yeah, see, look at that face. He's just like, what the hell? These guys can't hit anything.
Oh, that's actually just amazing.
I'm stealing that for a GIF reaction as well.
Yeah. What's this guy doing? I love it. Well, that's gonna leave AVANGAR in a worse position, in fact.
A terrible position.
At least they have balloons out there.
I don't know, balloons.
They make people happy, don't
Balloons usually mean clowns, and I don't like
they?
those.
Sometimes, sure. You can have balloons without clowns. They don't have to go together.
Literally, I'm just going to tell you, every time I see balloons, I get the image of Pennywise the clown in my head. And that sucks. And it even happens on Overpass, so that's how dedicated I am to Counter-Strike.
All right, you're still doing it in spite of the balloons.
Thanks a lot, Stephen King.
Maybe I certainly just want to point this out. They have therapy for these things, Jason. They can actually help.
Okay. I've needed therapy for quite some time, so I guess now's
If you want, we can go together. I might need a little
some
bit of
group
therapy myself. Yeah.
See, the only way I would do group therapy is if we got all of the commentators and we went as a group. And then we recorded it and released it as a YouTube series, because I think that could be...
I'll be straight up honest. There isn't a therapist in the world that deserves that. It is...
Well, we have Maniac. He's a psych major.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think, I mean, we could...
Although he might have to be there with us.
He might have
The more
to.
events he does.
Yeah. I don't know. There's definitely some room for content here. I don't disagree. We'll have to do it sometime. AVANGAR currently not really in need of therapy, just in need of wins, rounds. That's, I guess that is a kind of therapy all on its own. Just taking it out on FURIA if they can. 12-5
Cathartic therapy.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very, very just dark position that they're in at the moment. Still the sort of early 4-1 split. Now Queserado's coming back and he's long range with the MP9. I was going to say, yeah, save the smoke. Like, there's almost no point in throwing it now.
Both of these teams have been given a lot of space on their T sides to get all the way up bathroom and very, very close. Like, you know, AVANGAR, outside of a couple rounds where James pushed into bathroom with the AWP, but he got punished more often than not. Haven't seen that presence to slow this or at least have the information or maybe just get a pick. Well, there's Art with the SMG.
Wow. That's very, very annoying.
Is that Henny?
Yeah, he's setting up for a flashbang, isn't he? Queserado's right there. Is he going to be flashed through the smoke? He's turned around for it, and there he comes. Does not quite get the opportunity. I think the smoke was there for like half a second longer than they were expecting. But this is still really annoying. They're trying to set up an attack to the bomb side, and every time they're about to do something, somebody's going to show up and do something else from the opposing side. 25 seconds. Now a smoke wall been set up here. Also by the CT side, they've created a bit of gap in front of the truck, and we're down to 20 seconds. They need a bomb plant. They need a space, an opening, anything like that. And Buster may have just given them one, and a follow-up from Sanji, and the bomb will go down with 10 seconds left. That's a huge victory here for AVANGAR. It was looking very bad. They're not done yet. Vinny somehow stealing 2 kills.
And Art on this flank. They know he's here, though. He popped up earlier and just grabbed 1 kill and then sunk away, so they're aware of the possibility, Sanji. Oh, the spam through. That's a big win for Art. They don't know where the other player is. They think he's at long. James is rotated all the way around. This is so dangerous. They have no clue. I think James might have made a noise. Art's called Vinny back. James got the first, and it can't be traded. Now he can just play the time, and actually Vinny's just going to bail out of this one. What a win. What a grinding win for AVANGAR. What a struggle.
Yeah, it took everything. In that 2v1, Art was the one that had the kid. And what could they do, right? Like, he can't just run back. That's going to certainly give up the game. And once, I mean, the only chance there, I think, was for Vinny to go for the straight defuse and for Art to get a headshot immediately. And that's low percentage, isn't it? So, AVANGAR come through with a win. And it took everything that they had.
That's the scary part. They did only survive with the 1 player, so... Again, going to put together scraps. They don't have the utility. The weapons are fine. It's the nades that they're missing out on. And FURIA, AWP, they're missing some nades as well, but this is looking much better. They do have 1 kit still on Yuri. And a 6-round lead.
Now with the AWP, they're pushing up on... There's nobody on this side of the map at all for AVANGAR. They're all on the other side of the map. So how long before FURIA finds out? I mean, if they don't find out, it doesn't really matter, right? It looks like they're getting close to pushing through that door down there. But Henny, he's long-range jumping, hoping for the information. He might get this information way too late. This jump is just very, very shallow. Kickert is right on top, and he should be dead already. Kickert will take him down. Queserado at least a return, but now he's being flanked as well, and he goes down to Buster. So, yeah, I don't know. I've not seen many people go for that jump that Henny just did. And so I can't tell you whether or not it normally works. That's amazing for Buster, but I think even if not, they're going to win that round no matter what. Quad kill, though.
So this is what I just mentioned in the last round. You can't give terrorist teams that much space to just march up to the 8 bomb site. You have to have some kind of position, some kind of intel of what's coming. And this has been both halves now where the defenses are just sitting so deep into the bomb site very early in the rounds.
It's also, if you're going to be playing that far forward on B, then the logic is, right, you're going to need to be able to rotate back to the A-bomb side, so you need early information that something is even happening on that side. And
yeah.
Maybe someone can correct me. Someone tell me, that jump from Henny, can he even see anything down there?
Didn't look like it, did it?
Is it just the radar that's going to maybe pop? I don't know. Like...
Well, here's the march into the B bomb site. That's going to be a freebie. Ooh, Good job from Henny, but just USPs. There's no real danger of this round slipping away. That's a nice transfer down. That's what, 8 kills or 7 kills, I guess, in the past 2 rounds for Buster. I thought he was going to get that final frag on Yuri, who's staying alive much longer than you would have expected, and even adding 1 more kill onto it. So nice job from Yuri.
That's actually just way too much of an expensive round for AVANGAR. I think right now they're just happy that they're winning rounds at all, because like that's what they need. But still, down the stretch, those are some of the things that can really come back to haunt you, right? Losing 3 rifles after you essentially won the round. The problem with that is, if FURIA start winning rounds again here in the second half, suddenly you could be needing these rifles. But yeah, the confidence from FURIA's gone away a little bit.
I want to see them get an AWP on this defense, and you know it's only a matter of time. We know Henny's going to pick one up at some point, but I think that's what might give him the confidence to take those deeper peeks in towards bathrooms, or to go up towards party, or to go up and take a peek at stairs up towards fountain. Seems the odds have changed.
Yeah, and well, I don't know at this point. It's obviously not a completely even game, but it does feel like the defensive side for both these teams has been just a little bit tricky. And it makes a lot of sense, I think, for FURIA to have this kind of an experience. Like the pace that they set on the T side and how much they enjoy just roaming the map and taking fights. Sometimes, you know, just a single individual, but sometimes even just sort of like a whole group of people. That's you're obviously not going to be doing that on the CT side. Henny, though, will take down Jamin. That's not bad at all. Ooh, Odd nearly finding the perfect timing and still taking down Buster. This is a very different feel.
And Art was in a dicey situation, so it's good that he got that kill. Not only that, but it's good that Henny got the other frag, the first player that was wandering out there, because they needed to create an escape route for Art to get away safely. Vinny spots one just through the smoke. Just a little bit of superficial damage onto Kicker. 2 players outside B. Sanji all on his own at this A bomb site. Just 2 flashes for him. It's going to be tough to create a fake. If he wants to fake anything, it's going to have to be a kill. And I imagine he's just going to keep marching forward until he either finds one or until he goes down. And there's the off angle from Art.
2 versus 5. And they're not even going to be in a position to take that many rifles away here unless Kicker can really come up with something. Look at the money on FURIA. If they walk away from this round with every single rifle, that is such bad news for AVANGAR. That means some of the work they've put in over the last 3 or 4 rounds will kind of be nullified.
Yeah, a lot of the pressure kind of subsides on the economy of FURIA. That's huge. Although Yuri went for an AK-47, could have been caught, doesn't happen. So this round will just tick to an end. It's going to be a 13th for FURIA with all 5 players surviving. Still the money on AVANGAR is good as well. Or it is now. It won't be after they buy. But a 5-round lead. FURIA just 3 away from taking the series and living to fight another day.
Still Quesarado leading the charge here at 24 kills. But again, the rest of the team are I mean, they're a little bit further behind, but they are putting up numbers, right? There's nobody that's just completely absent from this team. And that's a good basis for a potential win here.
That's the change they needed.
Yeah.
From Mirage. Both of these last 2 maps have been very, very top-heavy for FURIA. This time just more of a supporting cast, and Henny is going to be looking for a fight over the rock, and he's going to get it, tapping away, gets the dink and the cleanup. Flashbang just to provide some safety. And Art wants a battle as well. He's got to be careful re-peeking into that, though. James is there. That's an awkward timing for Buster. He's going to go for more. Oh, James had to hit that shot. That's one you must take.
Yeah. I'd say 99% of the time, if he strafes right again there, he's just dead immediately. And that's such a different position to fight from if you're AVANGAR. At least you're 3 versus 4, that can give you something. By the way, if I'm Henny and someone says, why did you go, flower beds and guard long with the Orc? I'm not taking that fight. Not against a potential Creek or an AWP. I just don't trust the Orc anywhere near enough. But he made it look so clean, so more power to him.
Oh, Molotov out towards long is going to negate the timing of the Molotov towards truck, so Art and Henny should be fine. Maybe a half second, it's still going to burn. It has Henny trapped in the corner, but again, he's still making that AUG work. after its nerf, and Art is he's just been so stellar. Even if he doesn't have the volume that he did on Mirage, he's had some very good impact, and that is the money gone from AVANGAR. We saw in Inferno, remember, they didn't want to play for overtime. They wanted to buy up and challenge once Furia got to 14. I don't know if you can do that here when you're this far back. You need AKs if you're going to make a comeback of, what, 6 or 7 rounds.
Yes, you absolutely do. But it's such a, I don't know, both scenarios. Both.
Yeah, it is one of those lose-loses, isn't it?
Yeah, both paths
no
down
wrong
the
answer.
down the flow chart just don't make you feel good, do you? There's almost no way. Doesn't feel like. Oh. Okay. Bit of an awkward timing, I think, for that door to be blown open.
Yeah, Art never saw it coming. Okay, so that makes this round a little interesting because Molotov and AK passed over to AVANGAR.
I mean, FURIA, if they have a read on what's on the AVANGAR side, they should still be playing this very defensively, right? Just, they've only used almost all of their grenades at more than a minute. I'm not even sure why.
Oh, there's a gap in that smoke. Perfect for the AWP. And he's going to close the gap. Oh, they come out right before it, right when he's not expecting. He backs away. Yuri has control of long, though. He needs to keep his distance because Henny has to fall away. Yuri cannot die here. He must stay alive, and he's doing a fantastic job. He does eventually go down. The 2 kills were critical, but 2 AKs passed over to AVANGAR.
They don't have any armor, so any extended fight, they're going to be losing right away. So this is about headshots. This is about accuracy right now for the remaining AVANGAR players. Sanji backing up slowly, looking for a head right there. And I think he's timing us off by a second or something like that. That is so close. A smoke is on Vinny, so that's going to make it even more tricky now for AVANGAR to try and win the round. They're inside of it. They've already tapped that bomb and trying to guess the angle. There's Vinny going down. The first defuse attempt done. Queserado's dropped as well, and now it's Henny left alone. And that smoke is going to fade as well. AVANGAR, I think they found a way through to win this round. Nice shot from Henny, but it won't matter. That is unbelievable. Furia, I think they could have definitely walked away with a win here. Henny scoped up, but there was no one left.
Yeah, he never noticed.
I think he did.
Never noticed he died to the bomb.
Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm so confused about the fact that they're using that many grenades. I mean, just blocking off restrooms at like 1 minute and 15 seconds. It's like, you know, even if you're successful, like, so what? They're just going to be coming through. Especially in a round where you can guess they have a low economy, I'd say why not just try and, you know, save some of the, maybe an HE or a Molotov or something. That's going to be such a tool for it. Well, we'll talk about that later because they're rushing right through the monster tunnel. A good counter flash and Art pushed up to the L-pen, taking down a Dren, but they're right on the other side. That Molotov is going to put a lot of pressure on them. They have to, well, actually I think they just put it out, and now they're going to be falling back. Ooh.
I cannot believe after all that time, Vinny did not peek a single.
Yeah.
After all that craziness, the footsteps, the utility, Vinny never flinched. He just stayed behind that and waited, trusting that no one would be wrapping around the pillar. 1 kill onto Art with that AVP. Here's the boost up. Listen, you want to scratch your head and wonder why Furia is using so much utility early on. That's AVANGAR basically committing all their nades to a full-blown B-rush and then calling it off when they're at the pillar, when they're already basically attacking the site. And now they have 2 flashbangs and a Molotov to clear out the rest of the map as they rotate to the other side.
Yeah, they're gonna want to refund on some of those grenades.
This is a scary position for Henny as well. There is no room for error with the AWP in that corner.
They're split up 2 on either side. I feel like they're just hoping for a mistake or like or an easy find. If they can find a kill, then that'll force a rotation and they can do something behind it. That's a lot of ifs to be gambling on. Now they're making noise down on the other side and recommitting to the bomb site while the actual push is happening here. And Henny's in a position for it. He'll see the shadow and it still goes down. Buster, that's a beautiful peek to take him out. And now with 18 seconds, the bomb is going to be planted on the A side. Queserado will call it out, but this is so strange. This has worked remarkably well for AVANGAR.
Yeah, well, I mean, Furia's letting him get away with so much. Again, you have an AWP, the longest ranged weapon in the game. Why are you huddled into a corner just watching that close angle and out towards the long? Why aren't you peeking into bathrooms? Why is no one jump spotting?
Yeah.
These are all the things we normally see to defend this bomb site.
Yeah, it basically means the delay from you having the information that they're on the A-bomb site and them being on the A-bomb site is like a millisecond. they're here. Like, great, thanks.
Yeah, when he knew they were there was when his head got blown off.
Yeah.
Like he saw a shadow, what, a quarter of a second ahead of time? And then that... 14-10.
It's hard to explain, because that has actually been the cause of a fair few problems for them on this map, on the A-bomb side at least. It's just getting information very, very late. And this could be a full-blown comeback now for AVANGAR.
Right, that's the scary part, is they've opened the door. I mean, obviously losing an eco does that as well, to pistols and no armor. Can't be having that. But certainly they'll have plenty of chances to recover. They just need to shift. Ooh, we do like a Zeus. Oh, here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, he's backed off. That sucks. Oh, turns the corner and he's ran away.
Should obviously be able to stun the water, Demolition Man style.
Okay. I like that. I actually haven't seen Demolition Man either.
That is a good movie. Have you never seen Demolition Man?
No. I don't know. I never cared. I always thought it looked silly.
You're so wrong.
No, I believe it.
There's gonna be just an internet flogging happening. I'm just saying.
It's more of a Judge Dredd guy.
They're both amazing.
Okay.
But the huge defining difference being that Demolition Man is Wesley Snipes and he's such a badass. Like, I just love everything that Wesley Snipes is in.
Aren't you the Stallone guy? We already had this conversation.
Yeah.
You have Stallone over Schwarzenegger, but you don't have Stallone over Snipes.
No, I like Wesley Snipes so much. I think he's amazing in every movie. It's just so good. Like, what can you even say? Like,
well, Blade
was
pretty awesome, yeah.
Like, you're never gonna beat that. So cool.
That's a good point.
Well,
back when vampires were cool, we got all that Twilight stuff.
Yeah. Why did they have to? Why vampires? Couldn't they just keep it somewhere else? I don't know. Not a big fan. So now things have got to a critical point, a boiling point, you might say, in this game. AVANGAR and FURIA 10-14, and last tactical time had been called there by FURIA to try and solve some of the problems. I just feel like they've had it served on a dinner plate for a while now. This game, like they
don't want to eat.
No. Not quite feeling hungry.
Yeah, a bit full.
Now's not the time for,
maybe
for that kind of thing.
Maybe they're doing intermittent fasting. It's after 9 p.m.
It's very popular, but 14-11. Yeah, I still, as much as I would recommend it, maybe not now. Maybe this is one of your cheat days.
All right, this is a clever position from Art. All the way down the stairs. Now the door is blown open, so if he's going to stay here, he needs backup because he's got no sound cues if someone is going to try and wrap behind him.
Does have someone there now. Feet being spotted, and that's a fight the Krieg is going to be winning a lot of the time.
And, I mean, this is a big risk for Yuri to even stay in this position. His teammate's gone down. That smoke's about to clear. If he puts another one down, it kind of gives away the position. And someone could peek out of that tunnel at any moment.
Yeah, he's not watching it. He's so sure someone's going to be showing up. And 3 seconds from now, he's going to be dead. There's Buster coming right through, and not even a chance for Yuri.
They're doing everything they can to lose this map, Anders.
They are putting in the work. Vinny, paranoid about someone coming through the smoke, also kind of revealing his position a little bit. They must have known someone was here anyway. Now he's hiding inside of the smoke, hasn't reloaded yet, and he'll go down to Buster, and this is completely falling apart.
Not a single fight that Furia was involved in was coordinated with any teamwork.
Yeah, none of them.
There was no crossfires. There was no utility to set anyone up. There was no trades, obviously. And maybe Furia's just sweeping off the red carpet for AVANGAR. Like, hey, we got this. We'll clean it off for you guys.
It's really, really hard to explain. Henny, we're going to try and see if they can find him as well. Oh, actually, that grenade. He's down to 4 health, so it would be fun with a grenade kill. Regardless, it's now 12-14. The money is still looking dreadful for Furia, and they're just in so much trouble. I think the most successful rounds they've had so far on the CT side have been the ones where they've gone to fight over at like connector with Art or even long. Like I would even be happy with like a double push long or something. Just I think them waiting inside of the A bomb side is not a good move.
Yeah, it hasn't. Well, yeah, it's probably the setup that's punished them the most. Even though I think a couple times it's been okay, but it's just weird. Some of these plays, this SMG is gonna make something happen. Oh, swaps out for the AK-47. Oh, one more. If K-Serrano could have done anything else, I almost feel like it's lucky that Sanji got that kill because I think Buster was going to be dead to rights.
How does he get away with that? Now, they are waiting here. Art, he's going to have his face blown right off. And horror for Yuri underneath that has to see his teammate dead right in front.
This is perfect. The old bait and switch.
Sacrificing one to try and win the round.
Yeah, well, he's hearing the footsteps. He's gathering so much information, and yeah, as long as he times this right. But you can see his other two teammates, Henny and Vinny, over at the B bomb site. Because he's kept them there. He's saying the footsteps are going towards that B site. Just stay at B. The problem is he's a little bit nervous to actually make his way up that ladder.
Yeah, who can blame him? He's actually coming back to the other side. And again, I don't know if that door's been blown open or not, but if it hasn't, then that's going to make it more tricky. It's no door there, so he can just time this right. He's going to be a bit early to take a look, and this is just a patience question now. If he gets the right timing against that player coming in from sewer, that could be huge, and they still need to win this fight here, and he goes down. He's close range, though, with a 5-7, and Yuri gets dropped on the other side. It's a nice attempt for FURIA, but AVANGAR will find their way through, and that puts them at 13. And I mean, now it's getting scary. Almost equalized. What was the lead that they had at one point? Like, what was the highest lead? I can't even remember at this point.
I think it was 6, wasn't it? I think it was 14-8.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like right around there.
This is it's very, very well done from K-Serrano.
I'm trying to think of what, like, FURIA needs. Okay, double up setup. And now, if they're not peering and getting information, and they're not using these at the long angles, this is the first time we've seen this angle from Henny.
Yeah.
So at least there's that. At least finally they have some presence in bathrooms. But again, he's backing away already to a new position. He hasn't seen anything. So he doesn't want to risk that fight. Art, I like this through Monster as well.
Run boosted over so that no one knew that he was there. Adren, especially not. Although now he does. A boost to look over to see if you can see anyone over at the flower beds. You could
Here
do that.
we go. Not only do we have presence in bathroom, but we have some teamwork coming out as well from FURIA. If they lose this round, I'm going to feel really bad.
Well, it's everything we've said that you know we've been lacking. Dual setups, aggressive plays to know what's coming. It's all shaping up nicely at this point in time. 50 seconds on the clock, and all they need is a good round here. Still a lot of money, obviously, on the AVANGAR side, but that'll bring them to 15. And we all know that's a bit of a difference. Henny expecting that if anyone comes through, they're going to crouch into that fight. So he's so ready for it.
I wonder if AVANGAR is going to be aware this is a possibility. Nope, they're not at all. I mean, they haven't seen this throughout the half. They've probably forgotten it's even a possibility. All through the smoke. That's the bomb as well. They didn't know how to handle the situation.
20 seconds.
Henny's going to get FURIA onto 15. If you're AVANGAR, actually you have the money. It doesn't really matter. You might as well go for it. Get some kills. Try and take something away. That's a great shot from James. The last two players go down. Any weapon they could have taken away would have been great.
That's a huge round from Henny. Nice shots. Really quick reaction in that one. 15-13. And yeah, they had all the money, AVANGAR. I agree. Just go for it if you can. So have they done enough, AVANGAR? Can they find the last two rounds down the stretch here? They've put in all the work already, right?
Yeah, but this is the same thing. Remember that FURIA did on it was Mirage.
Mirage, yeah.
They fought all the way back just to lose right at the end, right at the last hurl. But here we go. This is two defenders at this B bomb site. That looked like it was going to be a rush before that smoke blew it up. Or at least stopped it cold. And Yuri's got a lot of information. But FURIA have to respond to this. If you're going to have this much information, you have to stack towards that B bomb site. It's going to come in too late.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a bit too late on the reaction. Actually, they're slowing it down, AVANGAR. I don't think they know yet, but that could be absolutely detrimental. Now, they have the smokes primed, and they're going to be putting in some more grenades. But there's a flank about to happen. They're holding they're holding that mid connector still, so they're not quite sure what's happening, but they're probably feeling it getting closer and closer all the time. Still some flashbangs left on FURIA, but that's also the only thing they have to stop them with.
Yeah, they've used so many nades and so many smokes already. That could be scary because there's still 3 Molotovs, 3 smokes, plenty of flashes on the AVANGAR side. When this hit comes in, it could be brutal. That flank is going to have a big part to play.
Vinny, a little bit aggressive on that first shot. They obviously know he's at the corner. The orb not going to quite connect in. That's a brilliant entry. Kicker taking down 2. K-Serrado playing on the box. It's smoked off, but he might just be gambling on that. There's the flank, a huge one. Yuri coming in with a double, and that's the game. 16-13 as FURIA will knock AVANGAR out of the tournament and continue on themselves. It really took everything from both teams to even bring it to this level, but FURIA just a little bit more at the end.
Yeah, it took. I want them. It took them so long to get to that point where they like some of those rounds were just so head scratching, and it's like if they made that so hard on themselves. Like they could have made that half much easier by just changing a few things and playing a more fundamental style. And yeah, it's easy to say from this, but you know, as soon as they made that switch, as soon as they started having presence in bathroom, started gathering information in those last 2 rounds of pushing towards Fountain, the defense becomes much better, and they can rotate people into position, and that was what was so frustrating watching them not do those things throughout the majority of that second half.
We told you so. I mean,
it's all about us.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we did have the benefit of having the minimap and everything else, but yeah, that's. It's cool to actually see them make the change in the round or in the game, because that's so hard, right? Like it's very, very tricky to try and sort of have that overview when you're playing the game.
Yeah.
Usually the sort of things you fix when you go home. Now, I do believe we have the interview ready down on the stage. Maybe no interview. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, just
I was
chill.
just trying to
just calm down. You
trying
know,
to jump in.
We can have a little bit more of a chat. For AVANGAR, it's a bit worrying.
Yeah.
That was kind of the question. I think everyone kind of knew that AVANGAR was going to drop from the rankings after the major because they shot right up there with that second place performance. But I think people like even if you would call that run at the major something that they wouldn't be able to replicate, you would like to see some of those same things. You'd actually like to see some of the good things still going on, even if you can't replicate the deep runs. It's not happening at the moment. Now we have the interview. Shout out to me.
Not entirely sure what that was, but I'll go with it. Shout out to Jason Moses O'Toole. Right now, I'm here with the artist himself from FURIA. Congratulations on the win. Tell me about the second map.
Oh, thank you very much for the congratulations. Second map was very tense, I would say, but I was really not playing with pressure. I was just playing my game.
Yeah, and it paid off in spades. It was a 30 bomb, I think maybe around 32 frags or something like that. Was it freedom, less pressure that you were feeling? Why was it that you had such a good performance, Art?
I would say I got a very good read on their steps, and they were playing very slowly, so I had space to get good positions. I got some frags, and I got some lucky on some rounds, but it was just something like that.
What do you think happened on Overpass, map number 3? You guys had a good advantage, and then AVANGAR started working their way back in. How did you eventually capture the win?
I would say for the CT, we had like our rounds, we had advantage like 5v4s, and we just did not play very well. And at the end, we were just playing the same game, but kind of just playing more like water control, playing aggressive upper, picking connector, picking monster, and that helps us a lot.
Whenever I see or speak to anybody from your team, I do always get that sense of a non-stop hunger to keep winning and keep driving forwards, especially after the year that you guys have had. Is that true? Is that a feeling inside you guys?
Yeah, definitely. We love to win. Everybody loves to win, actually. And for us, it's a motivation extra to play more games and keep going and try to be the best.
And now, final question then. It's been 3 very hard-fought maps with AVANGAR. You're going to need some rest and relaxation. Will you take any time to also watch back the game and see if you can pick up on anything you guys might improve on?
Oh, definitely. We have a lot to improve on. We did not play very well. We're going to study the games a lot and try to be the best we can for the next matches.
Awesome, Art. Thank you so much for chatting. Congratulations to you and your team. And a big shout out to Anders and Moses, who've stuck around all day. And we'll head back to them for one final.